Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be creating the registration page and the login page using Laravel framework. And at the backend, we'll be using MySQL Server. The editor which I'm using is a VS Code. You can use the editor of your choice. And to start with it, let's open the terminal. Terminal is already open over here, and we'll create a completely new project. Let us consider name of the project is ERP Online. Now we create that by using the command Laravel new ERP Online. So whatever the settings are there, I keep the by default settings, no changes in that. PHP unit, okay. So files are getting downloaded. Okay, database MySQL, let it be. Okay, that's it. So with that, all the files have been downloaded. Now to check whether all files have been properly downloaded or not, what we'll do, we'll just start the server. Alright, now to start the server, what we'll do, we'll move into that folder which we have just right now created. That is ERP Online. The name of the project as well as the name of the folder, it remains the same. So cd ERP Online. Alright, so we are here. Let me clear everything and let's start the server. We start the server by using PHP artisan serve. Okay, with that, server is running and server is running on port 8000. So now let's open this page. Okay, yeah, now this is the welcome page of the Laravel. That means what are the files we have downloaded, or what that has got downloaded, it has downloaded successfully. But the target over here is we need to create two pages. One is a registration page and second one is your login page. So first we will focus on a registration page. Now to create the registration page, what we'll do, let me open that folder first. So open folder, the folder is ERP Online. This is right now what we have created, the folder. Okay, now in this folder there is one file called as web.php. so this handles the routes. Okay, when we start the server, it by default goes to this welcome page. Now this page is declared in resources under views named as welcome.blade.php. so what we'll do here, we'll create our new page, that is registration page. So that, let us consider the name of the page is register.blade.php. okay, and the corresponding route in the sense in the browser, the moment after this we give let's say register, or we give write anything. Let's consider we write register. The moment we write on register, then what should happen, this page should get loaded. Which one? This register.blade. okay, so now let's create a route for that. So route get let's consider I'm writing register, and here a function, and we are just returning the view. So return view, name of view is nothing but name of this page. Okay, we won't write completely register.blade.php, but we'll just simply write name of that view. So that is register. Okay, and here to check whether it's properly working or not, we'll just write something. Let us say we write down just hello. All right, we save it and let's refresh this. Okay, but it won't work because we need to start the server over here. So PHP artisan serve. Okay, it's working, and okay, here you are getting hello. All right, that means route is properly working. Now what we'll do, we'll create the page. In the page, what should happen, at the top it should be written as a registration page followed by some fields. Now for that purpose, what we'll do, we'll use the inbuilt table provided by the Laravel. Now the inbuilt table that is provided by the Laravel is users table. So you will get that in database. All right, let us say migrations. In migration, there is one table called as users, and the fields, those are over here, are these three things. There are others one also, there's timestamp, strings, remember token, other things, but we'll focus on this ID, name, email, and one more, that is password. So unique key over here is email id. Okay, now let us first check our external database. Our external database is MySQL. Okay, and now over here I just create one new schema or database. Let's consider name of the database. I keep the same, ERP online. Alright, and let us apply it. So saved. So if we expand this ERP online, there are no tables over here. So what we'll do, we will migrate this table. That means we'll send these tables from Laravel to our external database. Okay, now that is done by using migrations. All right, so the command is php artisan migrate. So let me stop the server over here and use the command php artisan migrate. Okay, so any errors? Denied for, okay, not migrate directly, php artisan make migrate. Okay, so migrations have been done. What happened? Artisan help. PHP artisan okay, so it's saying access denied. Access denied because we haven't provided the password, username and the password. For that purpose we need to go into this file named as env, and here here is the one MySQL. Okay, so as we have kept the same name as that of the project, so name is okay, but the problem is with the password. Let me say this is my dummy password right now over here, and now I give the command once again, php artisan migrate. Okay, yes, now migrations are done properly. So now if I refresh this, just over here, yes, now if I refresh this, you will get all those tables over here, and this is the table which is under consideration. Okay, so we'll be creating one table in registration page consisting of 3 fields. One is name, second one is email id, and third one is your password. And in this table your email id is unique. Okay, so for that we can go to this table once again. Your unique is email id. All right, so let's focus on this. But again we are going to have another page, that is login page. So what happens, we need to have one master template. All right, so for that purpose what we'll do, Laravel supports the concept of parent-child relationship among the templates. So we'll have one master template and as our parent template, and then we'll be creating these two templates, that is registration and login. And this registration login will be parent of, not parent, will be the child template or children template of the registration. Okay, so for that purpose in views I'll create one folder. Let's say I give the name as layouts, and in this layout I add one file named as master.blade.php. Alright, so this will be acting as your base template. So before, okay, let me close the terminal over here right for time being. Okay, we don't require this scripts right now. Okay, along the title, let us change this. So ill, and let me write down title. Okay, and in the body let it be ill, and let it be container. All right, and in the registration page we'll extend this registration page. That means we'll make registration page as a child page and master as your parent. So we'll just write down extends, name of your parent template or base template is master. So that is in layouts folder. So that is layouts.master. All right, and we just provide the, what do you say, the title. Okay, title under section, section is title, and over here we'll provide the title as a registration page. Okay, so let's start the server once again. PHP artisan serve. Okay, and if you refresh this, you will get a registration page across the title. Okay, now let us focus on the body. And the body, in the body we are gonna to take 3 fields from the user, that is name, email ID and password. So we'll add that in section container. Okay, container, and then end section. So form action, right now we won't provide an action, method will be post. All right, and target, let it be underscore blank. All right, we are going to have one table. Table, let it be, let us add some class over here. Class table, we want border table, and let it be responsive table. All right, then on the first row, let us say here we write it's a registration page in bold, so h1 a registration page. All right, and then we are going to have three rows. First, wherein we are going to add the username, then email ID and password. So td into 2. So let me copy this and let me paste over here. So enter username, so input text. I keep the name same as the field name, that is name. ID is not required. ID will be required in the case we are going to use the JavaScript. Right now we are not using any JavaScript, so let it, even if you don't write, it is accepted. Size, let it be 40, and placeholder, let us say placeholder, we just write username. Same thing over here. Now after username, email ID, so enter email ID, and input, either you can write email, or else even if you write text, it is accepted. Name, let it be email, ID email, size 40, size 40. In the case you want to write the placeholder, you can, or else skip it. And at the last, password, so enter password, and input is going to be password. Name I keep the same as password, ID also same as password. If you want the size, keep the size same, or let it be 40. All right, and at the end we should have one button, submit, so that we can submit it. So tr td, and let's say call span 2. I add a button, it will be of type submit. Okay, but let me type button only. Okay, button, okay, submit, let me have directly. I was thinking of something else, but okay, button of type submit, and let it be register. Okay, so the moment you click on register, so data should get registered. And secondly, let's have some class over here. So btn, let it be primary, and last btn, let it be small. Btn small. So now let's check with the page, refresh the page. Yes, it's coming properly, but page is not looking proper. What we will do, we'll add some css code over here. and we'll take this complete stuff at the center, and then we'll change the background color of maybe of this table. Let's see. Okay, so now for that we'll add external css in public folder. Okay, what I do, I create one folder named as css, and add a css file named as styles.css. okay, now in styles.css we are adding css for this page. So for body, let's say font family Arial Helvetica. Then background color, you can give any background color, let us say antique white. Margin and display, margin not required because by default we are saying it will be 0 only. Display will say let it be flex. Alright, because the moment we will go deeper in this project, we are going to have some additional bars across both the sides. So let it be at the display type, let it be flex, and then align items at the center, that's better. And justify content, again it will be at the center, and height will take a 100% vertical. Alright, so height 100 VH. Alright, so now let's save this and refresh the page. Service already running. Okay, okay, we need to link this styles. Okay, and we'll link that with master table or master template. So for that we'll we need to go at the end, head, end over here. Okay, link, and we provide the direct link, that is styles, STYLES, styles.css. so with that, let us save it and refresh your page. Yes, it's proper. Now what we'll do, we'll change the background of this table also. Okay, so let us go in that CSS file, and here let us say for table, no, instead of table, what we can do, we can change that of form only. So for form, let us provide some name. We haven't given new name. Either we can use name property, or else you can use ID. So let me say ID I'm giving as my form. And in CSS, when you are using any ID, we use hash, and in the case you are using class, then we use dot. Okay, hash my form, and over here let us say background color. In background color, let it be, oh wait a minute, background color aquamarine, and anything else, I think border radius, so that we can get some curved part across the border, 30 px. And let us refresh this. Oh, what's this going on? Yes, now that's looking proper, because we have given the border radius of 30 px, because of which we are getting the curved portion along the border over here. You can reduce that if you want. Okay, now the objective is, the moment we click on this register button, whatever this data over here, this data will get passed to one particular function, wherein it will be processed, and that processed data will be added, if everything is proper, will get added to this table named as users table. Alright, now to do that, what we require first, we require one model. Model is already created. Okay, and that model you can see over here, because we are using inbuilt table called users. So model is already provided, you can get in HTTP, and in models you will find this model called user. Alright, model, and we require the controller. Okay, that controller will be added in HTTP folder Under that folder there is another folder called controllers. So in this we'll create a new controller, and let us say name of the controller is members. All right, so let's first create that controller. Okay, let me stop this server first. So php artisan make controller. Let's say name of the controller is members. Okay, and let's press enter. Okay, so here you get members. So what we'll do in this, we'll create one function. Okay, let us say name of the function, again let us say keep the same name, public function register only. All right, and in this register we'll be passing one object of type a request. So request $request, and whatever the data we are gonna to enter in this, the moment we click on register, that data will be passed as in the form of a request parameter to this function. So what we'll do initially, we just check whether that data is getting properly passed or not. So dd, with dd is the command that is used to display dd $request all. We'll just check first. Okay, but the thing is that method is what? Method is post. So if the method is post, then we need to use csrf token, and also we need to provide the action, because whatever by default action is of type get. Okay, and for get we are having the route. All right, but right now for this blade with the method is post and we do not have the route, so we need to provide the route. Okay, we'll keep the same route, url register. Okay, and in web.php we'll create the route for post method, route post, again the same for a register. But now whatever the data is getting passed, okay, that data will fetch it and will provide it to this method, method named register in your controller. For that purpose, it's get passed in the form of a array of type members, which is a class, and the function to which we are passing will be register. Okay, let's check with this. Okay, let's restart the server first. php artisan serve. Okay, and let's refresh this page. Let's check upon let's provide some username as Raj, email ID Raj123. No validation we have done right now, and what is the password? 12345. Let's check. Manage passwords. It's not okay. Okay, it's email ID, no? So @gmail.com. Okay. So this is what we have provided, the token which is generated. This we did not look into this. Data which we added, one was name was Raj, email ID as raj123@gmail.com, password was 12345. That means data has been successfully passed to this method called a register. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to process this data. Process this data in the sense we need to validate that data, and after validation we'll add that data to the database table. Okay, database table is users, and then we'll inform the user that that means we'll inform on this page that this user data has been saved. All right, so now let's go one by one. So I come in this part. Now first, for validation we have inbuilt validator. Okay, so first let us create some rules. So rules, what are the rules over here? We are saying first we require a name. Okay, name, it should be string, and let's say maximum length we are saying of 255 characters. So we can go like this, name. Okay, name will be what? Name will be request, name is required. All right. Second, it should be string, and third, we are saying max it should be of 255 characters. That's first rule. All right. Then your second rule. Second rule, we are saying that email over here, I get 2. Okay, now email again, this is required. All right, and this email again, whatever the data we are adding, it should be of type email. And third thing, that it should be unique, UNIQ. okay, UNIQUE, I was just spelling the mistake. Unique in the table users, that is thing which we need to provide. This field is unique. And last, password. All right, this password is also required. And let us say we are saying this password should be of minimum length of 6, so minimum 6. So these are our rules. Why some error? Nothing. Okay, now these rules to be validated. Okay, so for validation we have inbuilt method called validate. Request validate. What to validate? These rules, and this will return some value, and that value we will take it in one variable. Let's say name of that variable is validator. Or instead of saying validator, we can give anything, not required that it should be validator. I'm giving one some dummy value. Anyways, we are not going to use this variable. All right, now last, if these values are proper, all right, then we need to fire the query. Now query is now if you consider the SQL query, your SQL query is insert into users email. Okay, first one was name. Let us say name, email, password, values, and values are nothing but whatever we are getting through this request parameter. So let us say request parameter email, for name you are having N, for email you are having E, and for password you are having P. Okay, now this is how we basically provide our SQL query. But when it comes to Laravel, this is very much simplified. It's simplified as, anyways, when you insert this, execute this query, the output is one row updated or two row updated. Alright, that means you want to send one unique value. So let's consider in that unique value you keep one variable, let's say user. Okay, and table is user, function is create. Okay, and create, but how you are going to creating? In name you are passing name. It should be in single quotes. What happened? Yeah, in name you are passing the value from a request parameter. In request parameter, the input is name of the parameter is name itself. Okay, then in the field email you are passing the value from request parameter, and the value of that is email. And third, which is the last one, is nothing but password. Password needs to be encrypted. Okay, now for that we use bcrypt, and bcrypt the password which is sent through request parameter, and the name of that is password. All right, with this your SQL query is completed. So instead of writing these three things completely, that is insert into users name, email id, password, everything. Okay, just provide this thing. Now user is your table. All right, okay, we need to use it. We'll look into this error after some time. We need to import this model. Okay, you can use it directly over here. Use app models, and model is user. With that, this error gets removed. Anyways, this will be handled directly while we are running the server. Okay, so insert into users name, email, password, and value something. It gets reflected like this. Table is user. Okay, insert into gets reflected in the form of create. Now name, that is for the field name, this is the value. For the name or email, that is field email, this is the second value, and the third field, that is password, this is the encrypted value. All right, and finally what we want one message to be displayed that your username has been and this user has been registered with this name and something. Okay, so that's what we can do. We can create one simple message, and over here we can write let it be message something like this, user, but again we require the name of the user. So user is what? User name. Okay, because this user is again getting this value in the form of an array. From this, the field is name, has been registered with username. Let's say username. This username is again provided by not username, with email id. Email id is either you can give user, or else you can give this request also. Why not? Request input, and the field name is email. My keyboard is not working properly, that's why it's getting a little bit low. With password, with password also we have to specify password. Let us say I think I missed something over here. With email, this one, and yes, with password, name of the password is, we'll get that through a request parameter. Request input, and input, the name of the field is password itself. Okay, it's proper. All right, now we'll pass this string to our page. Okay, the page is a register page, so return redirect. We can use redirect. Okay, redirect. We are redirecting to the route register. Okay, if we are using a route over here, okay, let me finish with this. Register with success. Success is this message. Success is a session over here, we can say. Okay, now in the case we are using this route name as register, then along this web.php we need to provide that name. Okay, so that name we can say this as name, name register. So now let's start with the server once again. Okay, server was already running. I have closed it. Let me clear. Okay, but we need to make those changes. We need to display over here, so we can go over here in the registration blade and let us add these details, what messages are gonna to get displayed. Okay, for that purpose register. Okay, before section, okay, we use for hash if, first for errors in the sense some validation error. If errors and that to any, in that case let's have one div class alert danger, so that it will display in the red color. Let me close this div and close if also in if. Okay, within this will display that error. Now there might be multiple errors, so we can use the for loop for each errors and that to all errors as simply error. Let me write e, we'll just list it. Okay, list $e. I think that's more than sufficient to display the errors. And in for each we need to end the list, no? But if you are saying list, then we need to go with unordered list as well. Okay, let's say over here we have some unordered list, and in unordered list we are displaying these details. Okay, this will be taken care in the case there are any errors. And to display the message that is user has been successfully registered, we can use success method. We have passed one value, you know, successful session. Let me go with that members. Over here we are passing this success and along with this message. So here let us say if session equal to success, okay, then if this is the case, we'll display in div, that is div let it be again class alert, and alert let it be success now. Okay, in the previous case it was danger because for an error, but this is for success. So we'll display that message session what's the message, success. Okay, now let's start with the server and check in the case. Server started, yes. Wait, something happened over here. Let it get closed. Let me open from here. Okay, now at the same time let me open this MySQL server, and here in the users table there is nothing right now. Okay, so we go with the registration, not registration, it is register. Okay, username let it be Raj, email ID raj@1gmail.com, and let the password be 1 2 3 4 5. And if I click on this, oh, undefined variable errors, for each, okay, errors, spelling mistake, errors. Okay, So now let's check over here in the table. Nothing getting displayed, some mistake. Okay. Name Raj at the rate 123, not at the rate 123, Raj at the rate gmail.com, password 123456. Okay, yes. Some message, okay, some might be over there, a mistake in that string, but let's check over here. Yes, these values have been, the user has been registered. Now regarding this, I think there's some error. Let's check with that. Session success message. Okay, now over here, if we look into this, wait a minute, let's check properly. Oh, I passed this as a string. So let me pass this. Okay, let me go with another user ID over here. So we are going for this new registration. Let's consider name as admin, email ID let it be admin@gmail.com, and the password let it be 123456. Yes, username. Okay, username, that was a mistake. Instead of this, it should have been a request input over here. Here you can change this by a request input, and that input will be nothing but your name. Okay, so that's how we add the users. Okay, let's rectify this one, and then we'll go with another objective, that is how to log in, and here let it be name. Okay, so let's close this, and at the same time we'll check into these tables where the admin has been added properly or not. Yes, it has been added, and now we'll add the third, let it be info. Okay, so username info, email ID info@gmail.com, and I keep the same password as 123456. Okay, so now if I click on register, yes, user is info, has been registered with email ID info@gmail.com with password